Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Happy Fairy Friday. Happy Fairy Friday. Aha, there it says I am live. Happy Fairy Friday. Good morning. Margaret Sample coming to you here live from the beautiful Niagara region of Ontario in Canada. I know it's October 1st, not September 30th, but I wanted to wear my Every Child Matters t-shirt today. Yesterday, Canada marked its first National Day of Reconciliation, and I think that's very important. So, anyway, why I'm wearing my orange shirt today. Every week, almost every week, I come to you and bringing you messages with Brian Froud's beautiful Fairies Oracle deck. And I always like to say, sometimes I see comments, sometimes I don't see comments. It's the magic of technology that I don't understand. And so please leave comments. I do look for them afterwards if I don't see them during. Also, I love those little thumbs up and hearts. They make my heart sing. You can indeed share the video. I've been asked that a number of times, of course, no problem. And if you are watching this, if it has shown up in your feed, whether it is live or on replay, it is because there's a message for you this week. That's how it works. Okay, so let us shuffle the cards and see who is going to drop by. Ah, one jumped finally. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Okay. We have not had this before in my recollection. This is the Master Maker. Oh, so what can I tell you about the Master Maker? To start off with, the Master Maker is one of the Sidhe. Sidhe, pronounced she. And the Sidhe are like the lords and ladies of fairy, but they're not lords or ladies because of birth, but they are lords and ladies because they have achieved stature. It's a recognition of their skills, their abilities, what they have, how they have developed. They are powerful, they are wise, and they want to work for the highest good of all involved in a situation. They have magic powers that they use for good. They're very constructive. But the flip side, of course, is if their gifts or powers are misused, or if the areas that they have influence over are misused, it can be very destructive. So they're always sort of saying, make sure you're using the energies that they are underlining for good. Don't block or twist powers or gifts. Use them well. Okay? They are available to us as kind of guardians, teachers, and comforters. So this fellow, the Master Maker. Now, I think this is a really interesting card. And when I look at it, I'm always like, well, which is the real Master Maker? Is it that calm, wise looking, interested looking person on the bottom? Or is it that kind of funky guy who's got it all hanging out there holding the torch? And it's kind of like both, right? We are, and the Master Maker is that calmness, but there's also that spark, kind of like the light bulb over the head idea. But then, and that can be wild and woolly, but then how do we make it manifest, right? So the Master Maker, I would say the keywords are skill, craftsmanship, magician, moral strength, and invention. So lots of interesting stuff going on, quite different from the energies that have been coming in the last few weeks. So really a shift happening, which is lovely. It's time for some shifting energy. And I think people are probably feeling it. There's also a lot of planetary stuff going on, lots of retrogrades, which just means re-examining things, right? But anyway, back to the master maker. He is the master of the forge upon which we create our futures and forge our souls. He accesses ideas from the worlds beyond the worlds beyond the world. So I call that source. He accesses ideas from source, and then he brings them through his magic into the world of fairy, where he resides. And then from there, they kind of trickle over to our human worlds. So they come through dreams, visions, those crazy ideas that we spark sometimes, particularly if you are an artist or a crafts person of any sort. You sometimes just get that inspiration. Possibly it can be coming from the master maker. He is the great inventor. And above above where he works and dwells, there is a sign that says practical problems solved here. So if you have a practical problem, he is a great one to turn to. Those who work the forges, they have practical knowledge and ability of turning dreams and ideas into manifest reality. The master maker sings as he works. Sorry, I just banged my microphone. He sings as he works. And with so many things where fairies are involved, the song helps to shape the article as much as the work, the physical work. When he's working, he works in all elements, and he infuses everything he makes with the element of moonlight that fairies are so fond of. When you think of a lot of the old items in some of the traditional tales, the magic cup, the chalice, the magic crown, the magic sword, these are usually forged by fairy folk, and I would venture that the master maker has had a hand in creating most of those magical items. He reminds us that superb craftsmanship is hard work. Okay, it can be joyful, it can be energizing, it can be magical, but it can be challenging. We are called on to bring our best effort to the table when he's showing up. He says no job is too small to be done beautifully. And that's really important. No matter what you're doing, do it with care. Whether you're chopping carrots, whether you're shoveling snow, whether you're, oh, not yet, but soon, right? Whatever you're doing, whether you're composing a sonnet, do it with some care. And challenge yourself, like, to do your best, and then how can I even do it better? He challenges us to bring those ideas even more into full fruition. Not half-assed, not half-hearted, but really, really, whoa, how can I get this all the way to the best manifestation of this idea or dream that I can come up with? To bring ideas into excellently crafted reality, we must plan meticulously, begin carefully, and persevere through difficulties, often with patience, and often we need to learn more skills as we go along. You develop this amazing idea, and part of it includes stained glass. And you go, oh, maybe I won't do stained glass because I don't know how to do that. But the master maker is saying, no, that's brilliant. Learn how to do stained glass. That's kind of an example, right, of how we can expand. Expand. Don't cut corners. He doesn't want you to cut corners. He wants you to dream big and learn any necessary skills you need. This card also speaks of long-lasting achievement, of creative problem solving, and confident action. Maybe it's time for you to share what you've learned and teach what you know. Whether that's in a formal setting, whether that's in a conversation, perhaps that's you have reached a level of expertise and it's time for you to share and to teach. Also, when this card shows up, make sure that you or others around you are not allowing shoddy craftsmanship to creep in, or that someone is doing half-hearted work, or doing it without skill. They're real, and don't just sort of so take a look at things that are going on around you, and also look to see if there is unrealized potential within yourself or within someone around you or within a situation. Look beyond the obvious. Look beyond the obvious. Make sure that you are using your talents in a constructive way, not a destructive way. Because you can, there's those people that like, oh, we're building a bridge, we can do it cheaper. We just scoop over here and we smooth it over here and it doesn't show, or you put paint on something and cover up the cracks for a while. Like, don't be doing that. That's not good. Okay? Be practical, but dream big. Then do your best. Be authentic. Be authentic. Really stand strong within your integrity, within your moral strength. Also realize that you don't have to be able to do everything perfectly or superbly. Sometimes we have it, when this guy shows up, it's like, okay, take a look. You're probably doing many things. So where are your talents? Where are your gifts? Where are you happiest? What work makes your heart sing? You don't have to do everything. A lot of us think we have to do everything. But we don't. So for example, I used to do house clearings. I don't do them anymore. I was fine at them. I was good. I was competent. But it wasn't something that, ooh, I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't do them anymore. I mean, obviously I keep my own house cleared energetically, but I don't go do that as part of my work anymore. I refer people because that's just not, it's just not where my heart was singing. I don't need to do everything. So give yourself that permission not to do everything. Perhaps you don't like cooking meat. Let someone else cook the meat if you want to eat it. Perhaps you don't like gardening, but you love having a garden around you. Well, you know what? There are ways around that. You can either learn or you can let go and hire somebody else or do a trade with somebody. Sometimes I had a friend who hated ironing, and she, not that many of us iron anymore, right? But she hated ironing in a time when ironing more things was important. So she hated ironing, her friend hated baking. They just did each other's ironing and baking. And it worked really well for them. And that's an example of how we can follow our strengths. Okay? Anything else, folks? Find the joy. Look at this guy. He's looking pretty happy as he's finding the joy, getting that balance. And underneath, it's like, how can I make this Ooh, this is a wild idea. How can I make this go forward? Don't shut yourself down because you don't have a skill that you wish you had to do something. So we just learn. We can expand as we learn. You can see my my I'm making bracelets again, more bracelets, because it's something that I love doing, and there's that sort of special sauce that I add into my bracelets that people feel. And yes, that is a great way for me to be creating and getting ideas. And sometimes I get ideas and I don't know how to do them, and then I have to learn, and I do. So, or I give up or turn it over to somebody else. But if it's something that really makes my heart sing, then I better learn how to do it so that I can make manifest, get the practical solution to make manifest my beautiful idea in my head. Okay. I believe that is our message for this week. If you're interested in finding out more about me, you can check out my website, www.margaretsample.com. If you are interested, it's Brian Froud's Fairies Oracle deck. I wish you all a happy Fairy Friday, happy creating, happy crafting, happy manifesting. All right. Be well. Love you all. Mwah. Bye for now.